episode of Motion Kapital. I'm your host, Jalen Razor. The new episode. Today we have a guest that has looked out for the podcast, who I think is one of my most interactive viewers, as far as really watching my content through and through. She's been nothing but a blessing to my life, but I'm horrible at introductions, as y'all know, so I just like giving the other person the floor. So with that being said, tell us about yourself.
My name is Gabby. I'm currently in school to be an esthetician. I also like to make content. I'm big on business right now, pursuing a career in that aspect.
You see, this is where I step in. You are a manager, apparel manager at a retail shoe store. That's big.
Yeah.
That's big. You know, especially at our 20, so at your young age, having a position like that is very important to build certain skills. But this is me and Gabby bringing motion to you today. I want you guys to like, comment, and subscribe, and turn on post notifications. I know that I've been inconsistent with uploading, but I promise y'all, I'm in my bag really with this. So we're gonna get right into it. A question I'll ask all the guests is, with our podcast being called Motion Kapital, what does motion mean to you?
I feel like motion is, we all have our own definition of motion. I guess it could be financial stability. Some people don't need a lot of money to be happy even, but I feel like it's what you make it. But I feel like just having a lifestyle that's comfortable for you and is what's gonna make you feel happy. I feel like motion can be 100 different things.
Right.
So motion to me is, in my life, I work out and stuff like that. So I feel like just working out, working, building a bag.
Right.
I feel like that's motion to me.
Yeah, so most people obviously watching don't have a personal connection with you, but I kind of see a different type of drive in your life. I've been able to be a coworker. I've been able to get services done at your place of study and stuff like that. And so for me, I guess my question to you is how do you maintain, the mental stimulation to just get up every day and like you said, go work out, or just schedule being hefty and stuff like that. How do you continue going through that without going through the motions, or staying confident that this is a stepping stone for the next in my life?
I feel like it's discipline and consistency for me. Once you have discipline, things come easy, and you consistently do something on a daily basis to where it just becomes a habit for you. So when I get up in the morning at 5 a.m. and have to be at the gym at 6, that's tiring. Yeah. And so some days I fall short where it's dang, I just want to sleep. And I'll sleep.
Right.
I just feel like being able to be consistent in something and discipline at that is just when you have days where you fall short, it's that's okay.
Right.
So I feel like that's what helps me, is not being so hard on myself all the time. Because I know I'm doing good. I know I'm doing good for myself.
Oh yeah, I feel like that's the hardest thing for me, especially when you got a lot of different things that aren't necessarily bringing you the instant gratification of whatever you're invested in. Just giving myself grace going through different things, because the process is going to be the process regardless of what you're trying to get to. Success does not come overnight. Even anything in life does not come overnight. Let's just say that. There's a process for everything. There's work put into a lot of different things, and so understanding that is the first thing, and then standing on that through and through is extremely important. What's the importance of having a good work-life balance for you? Because I feel like I find that the most hardest thing to do in my life. You know, just trying to be able to tend to the professional and personal side of my life. Like, how do you navigate through that?
I just feel like I let people know, like I'm really good at reaching out to people that I don't see often, like friends that I don't see that have played an important role in my life. That like when I went back to school, I just felt like I wasn't able to see them as much, such as like, you know, my family. So I feel like letting them know is the biggest thing. Like, hey, I'm not gonna be able to see you for a few weeks. Like, I'll be able to see you on this day, but it's not gonna be often. So I feel like just letting people know has been the easiest for me, because I don't want people to feel like I neglected them or forgot about them. So I feel like that's what made it easy for me to have work-life balance, because it's like, okay, I can get together with people once a month or twice a month and be able to attend to things that are important to me of where I'm trying to go with my life. Because I know once I get there, like, I'm gonna be able to see my family more often, which, you know, tomorrow's not promised either. So like I have to think, like, you know, we have to put that in perspective too, and that's why I always try to reach out and to make people know like they're still important to me. Right. So I feel like that's how I'm able to maintain it.
Yeah. I like for me, like it's a lot harder for me to come to terms with limiting time with, you know, loved ones, because like, you know, just coming from a close-knit family, like sometimes it's hard just trying to, you know, reposition yourself in whatever endeavors you may be pursuing. I would like to give honor to God, who's the head of my life. Should have did that at the beginning of the podcast episode. I need to be better at that, because without him I am nothing. But that gives me some time to pivot. What's the importance of God in your life, and you know, tell them a little bit about what's your spiritual life like, if you don't mind sharing.
Okay. Can I dive into like things that happened to me in the past, such as like
that pushed you to
tarot cards? Like, can I speak about that?
I mean, yeah, you can speak on it.
Okay.
This you, it ain't me. I'm the platform. You think there's notoriety for you?
I know, but like I don't know what you want me to speak about.
I mean, I want you to speak about what you believe in and why you believe in it. If that's what you're comfortable sharing, you know what I'm saying?
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, I went down a dark place. Like, I went to UC and I dropped out of college. So, I felt, you know, like people speak about a spiritual awakening, which, yeah, you can do that. You can have a spiritual awakening through God, but that's not what I had. I had a spiritual awakening through tarot readings and witchcraft and all that demonic stuff that just took me to a dark place, like a very dark place in my life. Couldn't find peace, couldn't find happiness at all. Like, joy was taken away, personality was taken, everything was just taken away, and like I didn't know what was going on in my life. And so God came at the perfect timing in my life, and this is what pushed me to drop out of college, because that's what he told me to do, and to focus on myself and to get closer to him. So where I started praying more, started reaching, giving everything to him, stop taking control, let him control my life. And that's when I found the most peace and the most joy, and I'm still learning, I'm still growing with God. I just started getting into my Bible this year more, and I'm building a better relationship with him. There's a lot, I mean, I'm on this journey with him, so there's a lot I don't know and very ignorant to. So he just plays a very important role. Like, I probably in a lot of sentences, one of the people I give people advice is I bring up God a lot, because he's just a very big, like, he has a very big spot in my heart. And I wouldn't be where I am today without him. Like, everything that happened to me happened for a reason. Because of him, like, he knew what he was doing.
Yeah, I think it's like a part of the story that you didn't share, that you shared with me, is like your upbringing and stuff like that, and where you've come from. And so to me, like, it's big to see somebody just like really pivot, you know, from a lot of things really going downhill or like not doing the best as far as where your life was moving, for you to be bold and stepping on your faith, to just give everything to God and just let Him do. Like, you know, even a believer like me, like who believes they're stout in what they believe in, and I don't get moved by how other people perceive, you know, things. You know, I stand on the word, and it's just like sometimes it's hard to step out on faith. Sometimes it's hard to just give God everything and just, you know, fall back. But when we do that, like, it's the most fulfilling thing ever. Yeah, I wouldn't have this podcast without God. I wouldn't have the vision with the podcast without God. I wouldn't have been able to, you know, have her on the podcast without God, or have viewers. Like, so it's definitely something that I need to incorporate more, and I'm trying. You know what I'm saying? There's a comfortability level with me that I know I have in my belief system and how I move about my life, but other people that I bring on, they might not necessarily have the same comfort. So, but definitely, that was a great pivot. Like, I thank you, God, for putting that on my heart. So, the goal of the podcast is to allow people to bring notoriety to the brands, what they're pursuing, whatever endeavor that may be, while also creating an opportunity for people who are viewing, or like myself, to understand the different ways to make money, the different how to make money, what are the best, I don't want you to call it like I don't know how to say it, like the best ways to be fruitful in that process. And so you said that you are an esthetician in practice. Tell them what that means, because some people, like me, when I first heard it, I'm like, oh, what is it's a hard word to say, like. But tell people what that means, and what's your vision after you get your certificate and moving forward. What's your vision with that?
An esthetician is pretty much, you know, facial, skincare, waxes, and stuff like that. No, I don't specialize in massages. I'm not a masseuse, okay? I don't do none of that.
For the people in the back, she's not a masseuse. Brandon.
So yeah, but my vision is I want to be able to own my own business one day, own my own spa, and because when I do facials and I'm able to relax somebody, it's like I think about it as like, you know, we all have bad days sometimes. We have a lot of weight on our shoulders and a lot of stuff that we carry with us. So just being able to relax somebody and give them a time and space to just be able to relax for once in their life, it just brings joy to me. So I just want to be able to, you know, take care of people in that aspect and be able to just give them a comfortable space where they can actually relax for once and actually have downtime. I also want to pursue social media and make that a big part of my life and be able to help people that have been in the same shoes as me. And when it comes to like my business, is like I want to be able to incorporate foster kids in a lot of my life, like, because I feel like I can give them opportunity, like I was given opportunity. Oh,
so you were a foster kid?
Yes.
Yeah, see, I know that, but they don't know that.
Okay, I was a foster kid.
I was just, you know, some people will, sometimes we need context, you know, but that's a lot. So you want to open your own spa at some point, and you want to do like a whole, so you want to be an influencer on social media too.
Yeah.
And so you are starting content creation on TikTok?
TikTok, and the YouTube channel is coming. It's coming. I'm trying to get through school.
It's in the works?
Yes.
Listen, she gonna get it done for sure. So talk to me about what it is being a young lady in our generation, where there's all types of feminist movements and independent and knowing your worth and stuff like that. What type of motivation does that bring? And talk to them about like, you know, where you stand on stuff like that. Obviously, there's some scripture that aligns with a lot of different things that society has shifted and negated. So where do you stand on things like that?
I really, when it comes like as someone that I feel like as a female, a dad plays an important role as a female, right? And so when a dad gets taken away from a female, that causes a female to be more masculine. That's where the feminine gets taken out. And I feel like in society we're not so open-minded to that aspect of like parents really playing an important role in our lives. And I was a masculine female, very masculine. I wouldn't allow a guy to do absolutely anything for me because I've been so independent for so long. So stepping into like my feminine side has been the greatest thing, the greatest gift that God could have handed me at the right time. To be like, okay, you've been masculine for way too long. Like, allow your feminine side to come out.
Right.
And in society, like, there's a lot of masculine females that is starting to come up in our generation.
Yeah, definitely.
And I mean, I could say feminine males as well, but I feel like we have two sides of us. And like, I feel like that falls back to motion. It's like, I feel like a female should have motion as much as a guy should. And I feel like we should both carry masculine and feminine traits just so we can tap into our working side, our creative side, because feminine comes with being creative and being able to create, and masculine is with work ethic. That's how I look at it.
Yeah.
So I feel like we're supposed to carry both.
Yeah.
And we're not supposed to be too much of each. It's a 50-50. So just so we can tap into both sides.
So you feel like as a man, yeah, I should be 50%. Like, I don't even want to single it down to being feminine or masculine, but like when it comes to my creativity and then my work ethic, like they should be playing off each other. That's what you're trying to say.
Yeah.
I definitely agree. I believe that obviously we were. I'm a firm believer that we were built for each other as a male and female.
For sure.
So to provide that common balance in life, things that's personal, things that is social, socioeconomic, like just all the different things, like, you know, that's just how it is. That's how it should be. I mean, you can see it, like you said, like just single parent households producing more homosexual people because they're not growing up, you know, being geared with the most clear cut view of the exchange between a man and woman. That's just what it is. Like, and it's hard to get to a point to where it becomes a lot more easier to explain. Because when people are talking, nobody's listening.
Right.
So like, these movements, it's a lot of things getting put out, and it's a lot of responding to headlines, not responding to the bulk of what's actually going on. So you believe in a household, in a marriage, that everything should be 50-50?
I mean, obviously, like, God made it how he made it. And you can't take away from that. God made the guy to be the provider, you know, when it comes to bringing God into the family. And bringing things to the table that a female can't. Like, I can never know what it's like to be in a male's position, and I don't want to. Like, I came in this earth as a female, and I'm going to stand strongly in that.
Yeah.
I don't believe everything should be 50-50. I just feel like within ourselves, we should be able to tap into different sides of us that bring feminine and masculine traits. Like, when it's time for me to be masculine, then that's the time that I need to step into that masculine side of myself. But then when it's time for me to be feminine, then that's when I need to be feminine. And so no, I don't believe in 50-50.
So you want to get married?
I do.
Why do you want to get married? Because there's a lot of guys. It's a lot of guys in our generation, and a lot of girls too that don't want to get married, or like don't want to even get to that point. And I think it's interesting to see a woman's perspective on marriage and what role will it play in their life on a personal level.
I mean, I feel like me being one, I never came from a two-parent household, so I feel like me being married, that plays a huge part in as why I would like to be married. I would like to provide my kids with that, to be able to experience that. Something that I never did. Like, I feel like that would be a beautiful thing. And on top of that, like you said, women and men need each other. And in society, it's like we feel like we have all these options, when really we don't. And I don't know why this song was like playing. Like, before I was coming over here, I was thinking of a song. I don't know if it's by 21 Savage or whatever, but it's like, he says, I'd rather have loyalty over love, because love really don't mean jack, which I don't believe in that. Loyalty and love should always be, together. But they say, like, you can love someone and still stab them in the back, and that's 100% true. And like that just kept popping up in my head for some reason.
Is that real love?
Right, so it's like when you get married, it's like you're committing to a lot of things, and that itself is beautiful. And it's like, I would like that. Like, I would like to commit to all those things, because I would rather have one person than multiple people.
Right.
I'd rather be loyal to one person. Like it's just, like, I feel like marriage is a beautiful thing, and I feel like in our generation we just are like, I don't care. Like, I don't want to be married. I don't want to commit to one person. I have options. Like, so.
21 thing, I don't really disagree with that, because I feel like his mentality of what love is not what love is. I mean, like, and people can hate on me, get on me, I can get whatever. Love is not what people make it out to be. Like, scripture tells us, love is patient, love is kind, love is not self-seeking, it's not boastful, like it's not prideful, like, and literally that's how most people demonstrate their love, or what they call love, and I just don't believe that. I don't believe in that. And so loyalty is the closest thing to love than actual love, in my mentality, if that makes sense. So, but I disagree with where he's coming from, because I just know it's not necessarily mindful of like how that message can register across different people's mindsets that aren't necessarily in the same wavelength as him. The artist, whatever, say whatever you want. But I think that there's been a disinterest in marriage amongst males, because I can only speak for males. I really can't speak for females and how marriage plays still. But I think that as far as males go, it's just they don't want to. I mean, obviously you see people, a lot of single parent households, not for no reason. And it's just, the way I explain it to most people I talk to is that you can have a young lady who's inspired to be married her whole life. Like, from when she was a little girl, say, man, I want to be married, I want to have a family, I want to have kids, stuff like that. as a man, I'm not really thinking about where I'm gonna be at 30, who I'm gonna be with at 30, what type of family I'm gonna have. Like that's just now starting to make its way. You know what I'm saying? Like I guess I was different because like around 17, my mentality was like I do want to get married. I want to get married young. Like you said, tomorrow's not promised. This, that, and third. But prior to that, like it was never like a dang. Like you know how girls are. They'll see a movie, they'll see a show, and they be like, man, I want to be married. Or like, you know what I'm saying? Like I feel like that's more of an aspiration by, women than men. We propose to women, we get the ring, we get down on one knee, you know what I'm saying? And it's just, they're waiting for that their whole life, Not everybody, and there's different situations. But for the most part, that's what a lot of women are anticipating. And for men, like it's a second thought to them because, they weren't, you raised to establish yourself. Like as far as groundwork for making money, you know what I'm saying? Positioning yourself to even be able to take care of a family or take care of another human being that you're living with. And that's when you see a lot of guys who are indifferent to getting married. And that's not even considering like baby mama drama, like taking money from us and stuff like that. It's a whole bit different like world that you really gotta scope out to really see what really be going on. But it's definitely interesting. You not coming from a 2-parent household and wanting to get married so bad like that. I mean, that speaks to not being a product of your environment and letting that taint your view on what could be in your life. I believe that everybody does get to a point to where they want to be fulfilled in that area. And the Bible says marriage is a ministry. So there's a working spiritual connection that you share with your husband or wife. Then it's a connection under God. Like, it's just, that's just the rawness of it. But pivoting from that, like, outside of your story and stuff like that, is there like anything that specifically motivates you to really go deeper in what you are aspiring to be right now? Like, obviously, you are in school. You have had a switch. Like, you went to school, dropped out, you're doing your thing. Like I said, you work at JE. So, how do you end up bringing that together to be the best content creator, to be the best esthetician, to be the best leader as far as like, as far as establishing programs for foster kids and stuff like that? Like, how do you see that come to fruition, and what's motivating you to really like put that all together?
I feel like that's something I'm still trying to figure out. I think about it often, like how it's all gonna come together, but I feel like God's gonna figure that out. And I'm focused on just being 1% better every day.
Right.
Whether that's in anything I do, that's gonna help me be able to bring all of those things together, because that's a lot of things, and that's a lot of things I have to carry every day in my mind. So I feel like I'm gonna know how I'm gonna do that when the timing is right. I feel like I have a vision and I see it.
Right.
But I don't know how it's gonna happen right now.
Yeah. It's similar to, I guess, what I'm doing. Got a vision. Got some motivation behind it. But seeing it come all together, it's not for me to see. Like, it's not necessarily something that I can see right now, but it's understanding that whatever you invest in, you're going to reap the benefits. If you invest in it the way you feel, the way you say you are, if you put that into action, then it's gonna come the way it's supposed to come. Sometimes we got people that's doing it halfway, have 1 foot in, 1 foot out. And even in my personal life, that's here recently, just talking with the family and stuff like that has convicted me in a lot of ways, because you saying you want to do something, or you got the means to do something, and it's just about just doing it. Like, no excuses. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, you got this podcast locked in, you know what I'm saying? And it's right here in front of me. I'm at home doing it. Like, it takes nothing to get somebody here, set it up, get the camera out, and just get rolling. Like, you know what I'm saying? An hour of my time that I may spend talking on the phone with one of my friends or anything like that, or watching TV or something, or, you know what I'm saying? I got homework and stuff like that, but actually sitting down and doing this for less than an hour is just something that needs to be not taken lightly. And you doing your thing with your stuff, because you be punching extra hours. Extra hours, like, and that's what it's all about. Me, like, bringing you on here, bringing you to talk, like, it's a learning experience for me. Like, and I hope that people are learning just as much as I am from somebody who is pursuing a lot of great things at a young age. Do you have any advice that you would like to share as far as, like, people that may get discouraged in their journey, or don't give themselves enough grace as to things that they may have encountered in their past, or not letting their past define you? Like, what would be the biggest piece of advice that you would give to aspiring content creators, or people that may be scared to take the next step into that cosmetology program or esthetician program, or, you know, whatever the case may be? Like, you got some advice that you would like to share?
I feel like I would say is love yourself, love your life, love your journey, and don't compare someone's 20 to your 1. Like, you can't compare someone that's been doing something for 20 plus years to something that you're just now starting. And I feel like I dealt with that a lot in my past, where it's like I would compare myself. Because, you know, we have social media, we have all these things that we look at on a daily basis, and things that we have in common with people and stuff like that. And we see how far they are and how far we are, and we try to compare and contrast and stuff. It's like, don't do that. It's like, you guys are 2 different people. God has 2 different journeys for you, and just, like I said, get 1% better every day, and that 1% is going to add up like 10 plus times. Like, you continue to just get 1% better every day. You're not going to get 10% better every day. You're going to fall short some days. Like I said, some days I don't even go to the gym, and like, it's like little things that you can't discourage. It's like you have to find the light and the joy in everything. Like, when you hit a dark place in your life, you have to find the joy, because we're going to hit those times. And, you know, the devil likes to attack, and he likes that discouragement is the devil.
The devil plays on our insecurities.
Right, that fear in your heart is the devil, because he sees what potential that you have, and he wants to take that. So when you have fear, that's when you should have the most motivation. And
motivation should definitely bind your fear. We got, and I just feel like those dark times is inevitable. Like, you know, we live in a world where you're gonna fall. Like, it's gonna happen. You're gonna bump that knee. So when you look at it in retrospect to just life in general, like, you feel me? You might have a bad day in sales, or your tire might blow. You might be late to work, and it's just like, those are the things that are really going to make you or break you. Like, literally, like, the small situations that can really change, like, everything, like a mindset shift. Just, you know, just saying, man, you know, I'm over this, like, and it's there, like, boom, like, your life is just changed just based off of one bad thing. But not focusing on the good thing. And the good thing was that you made it out whatever. Your tire came off, but you was safe. You woke up that morning, like you still had a job after that. You know what I'm saying? Stuff. I mean, there's so much good to look at in this world. But
I feel like a lot of us take it for granted.
Definitely take it for granted.
The small things.
Yeah, but acknowledging the tough things is important, just as important as acknowledging the good things, because everything, Romans 8:28 says that all things work together for the good of those who believe it. I mean, which is, it's God talking to us, like everything, good, bad, and different, like it's going to work together. Like, so I got 2 more questions for you. First being, what does a man with motion look like to you? I've had a lot of men on here, and I asked them what does a female emotion look like. So, what does a male? What does a male emotion look like?
I mean, I don't know. Like, it's like, what is the word that I'm trying to? It's like loving someone under a condition, and I don't like to look at it like that. Like, it's like, I feel like us females is like, we love guys under condition of what they can provide, which that is a good thing. It's like, we gotta look at each other and be like, okay, what can we each bring to the table?
I mean, like, I just feel like we live in a society where the man gives the woman status.
Yeah.
And the woman, she just makes the man's status look better. Like, it's a working, partnership, you know what I'm saying? But
I'm saying, in our generation, females are like, one female can be broke as heck, have nothing, but want a man
who got
do everything, and that's loving someone under a condition. And so, like, I don't like to, like, there's, like, it's like, when you ask me that question, it's like, dang, like, I in my head, because I'm a female, I have, okay, what I would like to see a guy in motion, like, but then it's also like, dang, like, I don't want to love someone under a condition either.
Yeah.
So, but I'm gonna answer the question.
I mean, I appreciate the answer.
But I would say someone that has goals, dreams, is ambitious, has a good work ethic, smart, and I feel like that all plays in motion, like heart in a man that has motion.
So, last question is just, is there anything that you want to ask me as far as like business related, podcast related, personal, like, is there anything that you, I just give people an opportunity to ask me a question, you know what I'm saying? Like, are you putting them, not in a hot seat, but like they be doing a lot of picking apart the brain, so.
Where do you see this podcast being in 5 to 10 years?
In 5 to 10 years, so the podcast is really like just an opportunity for me to, decompress a little bit, feel free. There's no limit that I'm putting on it. There's no cap that I'm putting on it. But I do want to see the not the success, but the inspiration that I can have on other people. Just by having a platform, like bringing somebody on from whatever, like, you know what I'm saying, whatever age, whatever occupation, whatever ethnicity, and just learning. Like, I just want this to be a environment where learning is being produced 110% of the time. Yes, sirs, we'll have deep talks, we'll have fun talks on here, but I just see it reaping the benefits of whatever investment I put into it. And so I'm hoping that that this continues to grow for me. I get more people on, I get more people, knowing about it. And so 5 to 10 years from now, I can have a, mainstream podcast that is airing 3 episodes a week or something like that. You know what I'm saying? If that was the case. Or dropping every Monday like that, have a whole production team, stuff like that. To where it just make my, process a lot easier. But I want to thank you for allowing me to bring you on here. We really appreciate a female's perspective for sure. We've been having a lot of dudes on here, and I need to get a lot more female emotion on here. That's definitely coming. We need to shout out her though. She did get me this lovely sign. She got me the sign. Very grateful. See, when people invested in your endeavors, like it, then the people that you need to help out too. And so when she opened up her spa, y'all need to, you feel me, tap in with her. You know what I'm saying? We're gonna be in the spa. We're gonna get her back on the podcast when she doing her big one. You know what I'm saying? But if that's all, this is Jalen and Gabby bringing motion to you guys. I hope today was a very impactful episode on thought process. And I just appreciate y'all for rocking with me. Like I said at the beginning, like, comment, subscribe, turn on post notifications. We will be becoming more consistent with this. And with that, we are out of here.